Hi, this is Randy Covitz of the Kansas City Star with our columnist Sam Mellinger here to discuss another week in the life of the undefeated Chiefs. So, Sam, is this the week they go down?
I don't think so. It's entirely possible. Road games in the NFL are always difficult. We know the Chiefs' history in Buffalo. What's it been, 1986, right? That was back when the Royals were still really good. But I don't think that this is the week. I mean, they've got a lot of quarterback problems there and in Buffalo. And the other thing about the Chiefs going on the road, they play the kind of, sort of no mistakes kind of football that I think can play better on the road. They're not going to blow the Bills out by any stretch of the imagination. They're not going to blow a lot of teams out unless they play the Jaguars again. But they play that sort of no mistakes, force the other team to make mistakes thing that I think can play pretty well on the road. What do you think?
I think this is the week they go down. I think it's going to be a game like these last few weeks where they play on the edge so much. But, they've played 5 of the first 8 games at home. So now you go on the road. I mean, Andy Reid does a good job of keeping them focused, but you got that bye week next week where you're thinking about where you're going to see the family at home or just to get a few days off with your family. Then the Broncos and all that talk, and as you said, Buffalo is a tough place to play. However, again, they get a fourth-team quarterback.
Yeah, I mean that's the string of luck that they have run into is remarkable. And, Vahe wrote about this the other day, and I thought he made some good points of it to some extent you create your own luck, So it's not like dumb luck, but if I can make up a term, it's sort of like educated luck in that, the touchdown against the Titans where the guy gets pushed and the ball bounces into the end zone and Marcus Cooper's there, I think is a perfect example because the Chiefs didn't do anything to, for the Titans to muff that punt. But they do get some credit for being the team to jump on it. And the same deal in this last game against Cleveland. When Dexter McCluster fumbles, the Chiefs end up gaining yardage out of it, right? But when the Browns muff a punt, it's a key play in the game going the Chiefs' way. So it's the string of luck has to turn around at some point. But I don't think it's completely, just a drunk man at the roulette wheel hitting 10 in a row or anything like that.
Right, the old expression about preparation meets opportunity and all that. I mean, it just so happened that Cleveland's fantastic punt returner got hurt earlier in the game. So a backup, fumbled that punt. So it has been amazing. The thing that concerns me, too, with the Bills is remember that game last year, and we're talking about a different team, different defense. But if C.J. Spiller, they could not handle him last year. And this quarterback, Thad Lewis, does seem to be improving a little bit. They haven't been home in 3 weeks. They've sold out this game, which doesn't happen automatically in Buffalo. They're going to have this whiteout where I think the trap is set.
There's a lot of elements there, and I don't think that it's ridiculous. Like if you would have picked the Chiefs to lose last weekend, then I'm like, Randy, are you sure? But right. Going on the road before the bye week, sort of the ingredients are there for a trap game or for a letdown, however you want to call it. I think that the bye week actually helps them. I think if they were playing Denver next week and didn't have the week in between, I think that there would be a little bit more of a temptation to kind of look ahead. But that game's still 2 weeks away, and the Bills. You mentioned C.J. Spiller, and that's a good point. But they don't scare me. That team just doesn't. It doesn't seem like the kind of team that's going to beat the Chiefs this year to me.
Well, we'll see how it plays out next week in Buffalo, and we'll be back to talk about it. We'll continue to follow our coverage of the Chiefs and everything in sports at kansascity.com. My Twitter handle is @RandyCovitz.
@Mellinger.